Through this 5-part series, we are going to talk about how water is essential for your healing and learn whether your water is either killing you slowly or healing you. Hi, this is Zia and this is
Kamana, and welcome to Holistic Nomads TV,
where ancient wisdom and modern science can help you to have more clarity and energy in your life. We're back with another episode of the healing power of water. Today is episode number 3, and we are going to talk about the 3 healing traits of water.
the 3 healing traits of water, the 3 things that you want to check to make sure is your water healing or not.
First, I feel like I'm in a boxing kind of arena.
Oh, go for it.
Number 1.
Round 1. Go.
Trait 1.
Trait 1 is it alive? So is your water alive does not mean is it going to jump out of the glass and start moving around the table like a lizard. It means, does it have more life force inside it? Does it have the ability to share this alive life force with you? So what defines that is a few things. One of them is related to its electrical charge. So it builds an electrical charge as water starts to move over surfaces. And it also tends to oxygenate the water more as it moves over surfaces. We could just look at this in relation to a fish tank. Most people know that fish don't survive unless there is water falling into the fish tank. They get dry, their oxygen level goes down, and the electrical charge of the water decreases, which makes the water thick and hard to move through. It's like a stagnant pond that's not moving. It quickly starts to grow molds and other things inside it and mosses, and whereas the clear mountain spring water that's moving down, you can just feel the difference of that water on your hands, let alone when you drink from a mountain spring. You can really feel that it penetrates into the cells more. This is because of the way in which it's churned and moved over things. So there's a great doctor in Japan who's passed away now. His name is Masaru Emoto, and he did lots of tests on water and to see how did water change as it started to freeze. And we'll put a couple of the photos here for that. And what we found was that depending on what water had been exposed to, what environmental exposures, what mental and emotional exposures, it changed the structure of water as it froze. And this shows that water has the ability to store energy inside it. So we want to know, what sort of energy has your water stored? Where has it come from? What has it been exposed to over that period of time? Are you able to remove some of that energy if you don't know what it is? So with magnets, we're able to remove and draw energy away. So some great water filter systems will contain magnets inside them to clean out the old memory. And then how can we imprint positive memory into something? So many people might use crystals, certain specific metals, prayers. That's why we pray over water. Yet within the filter system that I recommend, they use tourmaline crystals as one of the imprints, a positive environment. And we also know from people that might not be so hippie and go, oh, what crystals in my water, that it actually improves the body of the water. It separates the molecules apart. It's not just something that, oh yeah, we put crystals in there. It's a scientifically testable change that takes place after it's been exposed and sat in the environment of that energy.
It's so beautiful about praying for the water, because here we live in Bali and then they do a lot of offering.
Yeah.
And then we only think in my mind, why you put the offering everywhere? Usually, I will think okay, the temple makes sense, but they will put it on top of the water source. In this case, because we don't have a well, it's not really feasible. Then our landlord will put the offerings, and then she will pray for it on top of the water pump.
Yeah.
And then, it's just incredible to see that.
Yeah, they put that energy and mental thought process into every part of life, and you can see Bali is definitely thriving, and so many people around the world want to be part of that environment.
Next one, we have alkaline factors of the water.
Alkaline factors of the water. So basically, water, like most of life, is either alkaline or acidic. And this pH ratio, they call potential hydrogen ratio, influences the body. The body likes to maintain a fairly neutral environment in the blood, very close to a neutral pH. Yet our body tends to produce a lot of acidic byproducts. As we exercise, we produce acidic byproducts. As we stress our mind, we produce acidic byproducts. Many of the foods that we eat will contain acidic byproducts, grains, meats, fermented foods. A lot of these things tend to increase acidity inside the body. So if we eat a lot of acidity, we stress and create acidity, and we exercise and create acidity, we need to counterbalance that with more alkaline things to try and keep this nice even ratio in the body. So to give the body some credit, yes, our body has some great mechanisms to be able to quickly balance the blood. And even if we don't eat alkaline foods or drink alkaline water, the body will adjust that very quickly. It'll use the lungs and the respiration, and it'll pull different alkaline minerals from storage places to quickly balance the pH in the blood. It can't live for a few minutes without this nice balance there. Yet if we are relying upon the body's stored systems to do that, we're relying on the rate of breath and perspiration and what we're putting out through here, or we're relying on the minerals that we leach, then we're creating more stress on those systems over time, particularly the minerals that we will leach. So we'll pull some specific minerals out of the body there: magnesium, calcium, potassium, sodium bicarbonate, and potassium bicarbonate. These are the 5 that the body will start to leach, and that will then affect the density of the bones, your ability to deal with stressful situations. Magnesium calms the nervous system. So if we are constantly taxing the body of these resources each time it goes acidic, then we are more likely to end up with many other deficiencies in the body. One solution here is to have water that is slightly on the alkaline side. And there's a few different ways that the water can be alkaline. One can just be with an electrical charge, which we'll talk more about towards the last episode. The other can be with minerals, particularly a little bit of magnesium present within the water, a little bit of calcium present within the water, a little bit of Celtic sea salt, a little bit of lime juice. And we'll talk about those as the budget solutions to home water sources in our part 4.
I heard you also mention, there you go, that it doesn't necessarily mean that super high alkaline is also good for water.
That's right. We want to have a certain window for our pH, and we definitely don't want to be eating all alkaline foods. We don't want to be having water that is really intensely alkaline. I think a pH around 9 for the majority of our water is good. That's going to be just on the alkaline side. If it's very alkaline, then it tends to disrupt hydrochloric acid in the stomach. The more alkaline your water is, the less you want to drink it right around your meal times, because then it will decrease your ability to digest the foods. It will dilute the acidity that we want in the stomach at that time. So we want to drink the predominantly alkaline water, pH 9, in between meals to counterbalance that ratio.
The last trait.
The last trait of healing water is its ORP, or oxidation reduction potential. So this is the water's ability to reduce the aging process in a very simple sense. So there's a few things to understand around this, and it's a sort of fairly basic level chemistry to do with electrons and protons. If something is positively charged, it means that it has lost electrons. It's got more of the protons and less of the electrons. And something that's positively charged tends to be heating, tends to increase oxidation. Oxidation is like when a metal rusts. So oxygen is often positively charged. Yet it could also be negatively charged, but most of the time in our environment it's positively charged, increasing the rusting of metal. That same thing that rusts metal happens inside our body as well. It oxidizes, it creates free radicals. And it's happening through many different sources. But basically, if we have water or any substance that has more negatively charged particles, extra electrons, then it can stop this rusting process, this degenerative process that takes place in the body. Just the same as if we have a metal and we want to preserve the metal long term, we will cover it with oils. And those oils will have a negative charge. So instead of the metal rusting, now the oil is taking the positive charge and giving away some of those electrons to the oxygen, neutralizing the process so the oxidation doesn't happen. So that same thing is happening in our body. When we drink water that has a very low ORP, a negative ORP, oxidation reduction potential, then we are reducing the body's oxidation, reducing the free radical damage that takes place. And some water filters, especially those that use high amounts of molecular hydrogen, can take that ORP down to a really low 300, 400 ORP. The UltraStream water filter that I recommend reduces about 300 to 350 negative ORP when it's brand new, and will continue for the life of the filter to still produce up to 200 negative ORP after 6 months to a year. So that's quite exceptional. Not many water filters will be able to produce that much molecular hydrogen and have such a powerful oxidation reduction potential.
So one of the secrets of anti-aging, drink a good quality of water.
Good quality water, yeah, because especially if it's molecular hydrogen, because it is so small, molecular hydrogen, that it can penetrate and take this antioxidant potential right into the smallest parts of the cells and the pathways. So it's very powerful to reduce the aging process.
On the previous episode, we have talked about the 7 Ayurvedic tips on drinking water. Because again, in Ayurveda, it's not just all about the substance itself, but how we drink it. So in that half-an-hour video, we go through these 7 pillars of drinking that, of course, will affect you, whether you're gonna age faster or slower. Anything else you would like to add?
Just been great to share with you today. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. If you're interested to learn more about the healing powers of water, how you can have some great budget solutions for your home, or how maybe some negative things are stopping you from dehydrating fully, then you can check out the ebook that I've written. You can download it from the link below. Also, if you're interested to go straight to what I consider as the best filter system that you can have, it's like having mountain spring water come right out of your tap, then I highly recommend the UltraStream water filter. You can see it on Holistic Nomads here. It's a pleasure to share this information with you. I know that it can change your life for the better. Look forward to sharing in the future.
Now, theory without practice is wasteful, because hearing leads to forgetting, teaching leads to remembering, and applying leads to mastering. That's why we will encourage you to leave a comment below and share one learning insight from this video. Also, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you will be the first to hear about our future educational videos. And for more resources on health and healing, check out our website holisticnomads.com. There you will find articles, quizzes on Ayurveda, loads of free resources, and of course, our future educational events and courses. Thank you so much for watching. We hope it's been beneficial for you. Hope to see you next week. Bye! Oh, your hair is not on. Come here.
I've already been on camera.
Come closer. Yeah, then.